Come, I snapped, and turned without waiting. I could hear her footsteps scrambling to catch up. Once again, I muttered loud enough for her to hear. Macusa has proven its utter incompetence. I kept walking, fast. If she wanted to follow, she'd have to work for it. They should have sent you to Ilvermorny, I said. But no, they haven't the resources, haven't the knowledge, haven't the spine. So it's become my great fortune to handle you. She stayed quiet. Smart, at least for now. Did she even understand what I was saying? She looked like a tourist lost in a nightmare. We moved deeper into the castle. The air turned colder here. The stone underfoot, damp. I watched from the corner of my eye. She had wrapped her arms around herself for warmth. Then I stopped, sharp. She nearly walked into me. I turned to face her, let my voice fall flat and final. This door leads to your private room. You'll find your things have already been brought down. My personal quarters are further down the corridor. I will have no tolerance for foolishness or ineptitude. You'll receive a wand tomorrow, and your lessons shall start right away. Any failure from this point on will be yours, alone. She stood there for a moment, eyes on the door. Didn't move, didn't speak. Just stared at the handle like it might bite her. Confused, unnerved, ultimately resigned. Good. Better that than false confidence. She didn't ask any foolish questions, didn't try to thank me, didn't say goodnight, just stepped inside and closed the door behind her. I waited a breath longer than I meant to, then turned and walked away towards my own private chambers. I collected her in the morning. She looked tired, worn. It was obvious sleep eluded her all night. Come, I said without any pleasantries. I proceeded to lead her out of the castle and beyond the gates of Hogwarts. I'm going to apparatus. You'll have to hold on. You don't want to lose your grip and end up splinched. She stared at me, not understanding a word I had said. I closed my eyes for a moment, biting back my annoyance. Apparition is the act of teleporting oneself over a distance. Failure to do it properly could cause catastrophic consequences to one's body. She continued to stare at me. Hold on to what? She asked with exasperation. I sighed before reaching out, grabbing her upper arm with a firm grip and pulled her against myself. I turned on the spot to apparate. The act was over just as soon as it started. In an instant, our bodies felt as if they were made of wind, and in the blink of an eye, felt solid again. Nicole stayed rooted in place, clinging to my torso. Her eyes were screwed shut. I looked down at her, almost amused at her obvious discomfort. Nicole opened her eyes first before releasing me from her grip. She looked around, noting the drastic change in surroundings. She tried to take a step away, but nearly lost her balance, still dizzy from her first apparition. I caught her around her waist and held her still until she regained her footing. I continued to stare down at her expressionless. I spoke flatly. Do not vomit. She shook herself from my grasp. I'm fine. We crossed through Diagon Alley without incident. A few glances from the vendors. A few shoppers milled about, their laughter and chatter rising in waves that stuck to the thick, sun-warmed air. The summer sun hung high and unrelenting, spilling golden heat over the narrow shopping alley like molten glass. Nicole observed everything with childlike wonderment. The shop stood in the middle of the alley. A gilded sign faded over the years, Ollivanders, makers of fine wands since 382 BC. Nicole peered through the window, but I quickly ushered her inside. The shop was cool and cloaked in shadows, lit only by the soft glow of scattered lanterns. The air carried the rich scent of cedar, ink, and polished wood, earthy and ancient. Beneath it all, there was a subtle vibration, a low hum of arcane energy that pressed against the skin like static. I saw the fine hairs on Nicole's neck rise. She felt it too,